Hi there, welcome to Maybe It's Anna here, and it's Wednesday. So that means that it's time to use it to lose it today. I have a text block, a big text block. This is Pilgrim's Progress. The book itself I have gutted and started making into this big, beautiful journal. And this is what is left. And I thought I would use up some of it today. So as I was looking into this, I realized that the images not always so nice, right? I mean, he's in hell, he meets nasty people. If you have read Pilgrim's Progress, you know. But the images are blank on the back. So I thought, why not try and glue pieces of paper together, and you have ready-made a basis for journaling cards and tags or whatnot. So I thought I would just start by gluing. Oh my god, this is boring, you think. Well, while I am gluing things together, I am going to decorate as well. But this is a stash build project. Building my stash with ready-made bases ready to decorate, so I don't have to start all my use it to lose it by doing this. The bases will already be done, and all the use it to lose it videos can go into decorating, and preferably decorating the pages or the tags so that you can use them in, or I can use them in the current journal. Okay, so I'm just going to try and place these two together like so, and that is kind of lined up. Then I'm gonna take it out. That's, I should have done that before. I'm gonna start by tearing this off. Like so, and then I can tear this off, tear it out, like so. Okay, so there we have. Let me use my scraper here to make sure it really sticks together. Here we have one huge sized backed up paper. So this will dry for a bit, and while we do the next one, so I'm just going to put that there. So let's continue to see. Do you see the narrow gate over there? And then it's blank. So I'm going to take these two out. I think it's easier to glue them together while they're not stuck into the text block itself. Question is, do I want something underneath? I think I do, just in case. So this will probably eat up most of my glue stick, but I don't mind because bases are really good having. I have been doing this a few times now, making some bases to keep in my stash. I call it stash building. I hope that's the correct word. So, how are you guys doing? I'm doing good. It's Wednesday, so I get to play in my craft room for a little bit. And yeah, that's actually quite nice. So we're back to the, what's it called? Everyday. Vardag in Swedish. Work and school and practices and all that. So that's good. I like the autumn, even though it's just August, so it's not autumn yet, but always have a feeling of new beginnings, even though I'm not going to school anymore. I still have the feeling of new beginning. Okay, so this one has another ugly image that I need to cover up. But we will deal with that when we get there. So, oh, here he is almost drowning in a marsh. That's or a bog. Ew. Okay, get a sip of coffee. I'm thinking about side two. Could glue it together like that. On the other hand, I don't have to keep them the same way. I can do this. Yes, glorious. So I'm just going to, I'm gonna glue it where it is. I'm gonna try and do at least 5 of these before we start cutting them up and decorating. It would be preferable to use many pages, but I will have to do what I can. And this glue stick is really good. It's super sticky and it is also, it dries quite fast and it grips really well. So I don't think I have to go in with a lot of other glue. Just rip that up, see? Nice. Now we have 3, right? 1, 2, 3, yeah. Let's continue to see what we can find. And all those other pages, I can collage and I can do other stuff as well, but I would like to do something with them. I could always back them onto some other kind of paper, just some basic lined paper or something. Here he is in an iron cage. Well, that was not very nice. Let's glue these two together, shall we? Yeah. So what else is new? Yeah, you have seen all my huge thrift hauls lately, right? Yeah, I am going to, or I have already started to declutter a bit. I have been sending some bags with books, mostly newer books, but I have been regifting stuff. I have been going through books and clothes and super happy with that actually, because I was getting kind of tired of place. I didn't have any space left to put things, and that's not very fun, is it? I love the cream color of these. They're beautiful. I'm gonna put that there. I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. At least 1 more of them, maybe 2. This is going quite fast. Oh, here he is again. Let's glue those together. I will never use these in a journal, and if you are the type that would, and I'm screaming at your screen right now, I want those pages. Sorry, I am gluing them together. This is the paper is not really good quality. It's lovely and creamy, but I can see that it's cracking. The edges are easily cracked if they're not doubled up, so okay. See, easy peasy. Now we have 5. Let's make a few more, shall we? This is fun. So we have a few more pages that, and also these 2. The first page, that illumination is beautiful. I'm just gonna put that down there. Here comes some. Oh, I just broke something. I could feel it. I'm tearing out that thread. I I'm gonna keep that just in case. Okay, let's see if we can find 2 more pages to glue together. Okay, let's do these 2. Just gonna get rid of my jumper because it's getting warm now that I'm vigorously gluing my pages. Okay, so as I told you last week, my son, maybe it was the week before, I can't remember, my son turned 14 on the 19th of August, and we had a bit of celebration for him. We did some takeout and bought a cake, and he got gifts, so he was super happy. We also sat, the whole family played cards in the evening. That's something we haven't been doing lots this summer, playing games and cards and Uno. These will have to be covered up. So that was nice. The reason I didn't take that one, the lions, is that I might actually use that in a journal. I have an idea. So we just keep on turning. Oh, here we have the spirits whispering. I believe he is in hell. Yeah, so one of the presents he got is a motorbike. As a lightweight, I don't know what they call it, but in Swedish they call lätt MC. So he was super happy because he's like a mechanic. He's 14, but he knows a lot about motors and things, how they work, and he has learned a lot as well. So he's gonna have it to make it work, and because it's not working very well right now, so he's gonna fix it, and then he can choose if he wants to get the correct license to drive it and keep it, or if he wants to sell it and do something else with the money. So he has something fun to do. See, this is super quick, and then you just take your what's it called, cutter, and cut it up. Let's see, should we do these 2? There. Ooh, that is a. Let's take that and maybe put it that way. Okay. Just drinking my coffee again. So, as I said, he's 14, my son, and a lot of his interests are fixing motors and fishing and riding his mountain bike, camping. So his ADHD comes into use in all those interests. So that's good. And he needs to have these kind of things to relax after school, to take focus on something else. School isn't his favorite thing, even though it's necessary. He needs something fun as well. Okay, let's see. One more. Let's see. I want. That one's quite horrible. Let's take this one. And then I can do more gluing in my evenings when I'm sitting here watching TV. Or not TV, I'm watching the computer over there. Mostly YouTube. and then Netflix, some series and such, maybe a movie or two, and then I can sit here and glue and cut and make my bases. But for today this will have to be the last one, because how much fun is it watching someone gluing papers together? They can also be excellent bases for masterboards, and then cutting up because they are already backed. Trying to get this out. There we go. So we have used up a bunch of pages, not all of them. That would be lovely, but we used up a bunch of them. Let's see how many we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 9. So we have used up 20 pages, just like that. That's amazing. So I'm going to take out my Fiskars, and let's see, do I want to make tags or do I want to make journaling cards, or both? I could do tags, but that will be a very big tag. Maybe cut it in half, make 2 small tags. Yeah, so let's do that. 1 and 2, and then how tall are they? I'm gonna measure. 23, so 11-ish. Maybe I will just do this, and I can cut where I folded. That's even better. Okay, so we have 2 tag bases. Or 4 tag bases. Okay, and then these I will cut. I'm just going to cut it in half, maybe. 23. Two big journaling cards. Or pockets. I also did the other day a bunch, 1 paper. I cut in 4 pieces like this. So I have, this is what I plan to do, cut them into pieces in different sizes. Maybe I should just cut them into half and then half. Cut up 1 more. This is 31, that means 15 and a half, right? 15 and a half, right there. Ooh, that's good. And then it's 23, that is 11. Okay, more bases. Let's get rid of that. These will have to dry a bit. I felt that it was a bit hard to cut them. These are really, oh, that's too nice and thick. So we have a bunch of journaling cards and tags. Let's start decorating. What do I want to do? So these will go into my stash as well. I have a bunch of this calendar. It was a botanical calendar, and one for each day of the year, and I cut off the calendar part in the bottom So this is what I'm left with. And I have used some of them. I think I have used lots of them, but apparently not. So I could add one of those to them. And I could add some more, and then I can sew around it, right? Wouldn't that be fun? How many am I going to do? I'm going to do 4. Okay, let's do 4. And then move this out of the way. 1, 2, 3, and the 4th will be, let's see, oh, that's a nice one. Nice one for fussy cutting as well. I don't fussy cut these very often. That one, yes. Using up those as well. I have had them for years and years, like probably, I have been doing this for 10 years. Junk journaling, so I might have had them for like 8, 9. Okay, let's do some. Let's do some inking of these pages. Okay, let's see. This is frayed burlap. Maybe it's better with this one. No, questionable. I don't mind if they get grungy because that's just nice. Matches the vibe. And these are nice because you can add them to almost any journal. So this will be quite a quick and easy craft, I think. Anyone can glue pages together, but I think that when you have a book this big and with blank pages in it, why not use it for this? I think it's a really good way to use up your text blocks. And I have always saved all my text blocks, always, even though in the beginning I was making journals out of books from quite recent. Like none of the books were older than 1920s, and many of the papers are horrible condition, and many of the pages are, the fonts are not very nice, they're not foxed, they're not old, the paper is bad quality. So I have actually tossed out like 2 whole paper bags filled with text blocks, old text blocks. And I thought, oh, I can use them as packing material and I can use them as glue paper. But how many glue papers do you need? You don't glue that much, right? Okay, we are going for tada labels, of course. That one is quite dark. Also I have more. Identified specimen. That's a good one. And we can use a field label thingy. And we can use that one. And that one. Okay. Those the labels. Do I? Yes. Yes, I do. Why do I even ask? I want stamps. Just thinking which stamp album I'm gonna try and look through. Let's take a big one today. Pull that up. I have my, okay, this is just the Canadian ones, I guess. I get them from different sellers, and then I get like a number of, you know, one album from Canada, one from the United States, one from something else. What else do I want? Many of Queen Elizabeth. Oh, the Queen Mother. Yeah, okay, this is not a history lesson, Anna. Please just take what you need. Oh, here we have Italian ones as well. Posti Italiani. Yeah. Use those. And that red one needs a red one, maybe? Like so. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if I can get it back in that. Yep. So let's enclose as well. And then we will glue everything down and maybe go sewing a bit, because that could be cool. Maybe I should use this one instead. Go quicker. So this is just a basic journaling card. My standard go-to formula. Focal point, a label, something else. I could also have used, instead of the stamps or instead of those labels, I could have used numbers or snippets or fussy cuts or something else. I felt like this today, and I felt like making some botanicals, because most of the time I use birds. I am not fond of fussy cutting botanicals, I can tell you. I'm not fond of it at all. So these that are already like framed is a good option. Okay, so let's start gluing. Drinking up the last of my coffee. So I am going to use glue stick for the botanical images. And try and plop it down somewhat in the center. Glue stick for all of it today. I normally use art glitter glue for some of it, but I don't know, I'm in a glue stick mood. That one I will not put on straight. Love it, beautiful. And the inking does so much difference. It's just my dog. She I don't know what she does. She's trying to dig her way through her bed outside my room here. I'm going to use my glitter glue. I need it. I'm getting too much glue on my fingers. think these really need some sewing around them to look finished off, you know. So I think I'm gonna do that when I have glued all these pieces together. I am going to hit pause, and for you it will be like a second. For me it will probably be like 10 minutes or so, because I am going to have to go upstairs to my sewing machine that is on the second floor, right above here, right above. And I'm going to sew around them. I believe I'm going to use white thread because that's what's in the machine, or maybe I should try and change the thread and use some green maybe. I don't know if I have any green in that hue. I know I have really bright green and I have really dark green. Let's see. And the last one. This is a fun project. These are also so big that I can use them in the big journals I'm currently making. The one I'm making with the rest of the text block, and another one is that's a bit matchy. There we go. Here comes the ice cream van. Let's see who's driving today. Is it? Oh, it's a new girl. She doesn't look very old. I don't want to buy any ice cream today. No need for it. At least if you ask me. If you ask the kids, yes, we always need ice cream. And probably my husband as well, because that's his favorite thing ever, ice cream. I'm not too fond of it. I prefer like a sorbet or so. Or 1 scoop of Italian gelato chocolate and 1 scoop of lemon sorbet. That's a good one. So I'm gonna go sew around these, and I will be back in just a second. And I'm back. Okay, so what I have been doing now, I have sewn around all of them, and I have flattened the seams and knotted the threads. Not on this one, because I thought, why not make one together? So I'm just using my bone folder and pressing down the seams like this, because on both sides actually, because it looks so much more nicer, and all those little volcanoes will not show up. I have an old temperamental sewing machine, and yeah, it's temperamental. Let's see if I can get the threads on this side. I'm just using my tweezer to pull them through. So I have all my threads on the right side. Let's see. Here comes the last one. Okay. And then we just knot them. Make a double knot, I think. 1 and 2, and then the other one, 1 and 2, and then I take my little scissors and just snip them off like so, and there we have it. A totally different, not the totally different, what am I saying? A journaling card made out of 2 book pages glued together and then decorated and sewn around it. Lots of journaling space. This is the second one. Super nice. I love the ragged edges. They can easily be inked and folded and rolled and all the kind of stuff. This one is beautiful, all green. Then we'll have one with a little red on it. So these are the ready decorated ones. And then we have as well a bunch more that can be decorated. And as well as a bunch of pages to cut up. So that is our make for today. I hope you enjoyed this, got some inspiration. Make some journaling cards yourself if you have any text blocks you can use. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up. Let me know down below what you think. And I will be back soon with another video. Bye for now.